Merle Haggard is the kind of singer and writer that anyone would enjoy.
When they're running down our countryman, they're walking on the fighting side of me.
Jimmie Rodgers, considered the father of country music, wrote and sang in the 1930s about troubled times and troubled men. And like Rodgers, Merle Haggard, at a time when much of the country music is headed toward an uptown sound and theme, remains true to the aims and approaches of Jimmie Rodgers and other early country greats. Merle Haggard's songs speak of bar rooms like the song Swinging Doors.
I got swinging doors, jukebox, and a bar stool.
About prisons, you remember the song Branded Man and Sing Me Back Home?
Sing me back home before I die.
His songs are about poverty. You'll remember Mother's Hungry Eyes.
One more reason for my mama's hungry eyes.
And songs about longing. For example, Today I Started Loving You Again.
I got over you just long enough to let my heartache mend. Then today I started loving you again.
Haggard's arrangements, for the most part, are also more reminiscent of traditional country music than the newer Nashville sound. In less capable hands, it might all be dismissed as old-fashioned, but Haggard is an exceptional performer whose songs and voice express the emotion that is at the very heart of country music. It's a style that he learned naturally. For much of his life, Merle Haggard lived the hard times that he now sings and writes about. Like his close friend Johnny Cash, he has a reputation for being independent and something of a loner. His eyes are cold and questioning to strangers, but he's an honest person, and this is reflected in his performances.
Sometime I think about leaving, do a little bumming around. From my fields out the window, catch me a train to another town, but I go back working. I gotta buy my kids a brand new pair of shoes. I drink a little beer that evening and sing a little bit of these working man blues. All right, come on in there.
Born on April 7th, 1937, in a Bakersfield, California that was still feeling the effects of the Depression, Haggard ran away from home at the age of 14 because he didn't want to be a burden on his widowed mother. And for 8 years, he wandered through the Southwest, working in oil fields, driving trucks, hopping freights, picking cotton, and getting into trouble. Many of the themes of his songs, from barrooms to restlessness to prison, are in part scenes from a wild, adventurous youth. He says that he was a pretty wild kid. He says he loved excitement. He's not proud of some of his past history, and he thinks, however, that he did benefit from some of his past experiences. By the early 1960s, Merle Haggard, who had finally begun to settle down, was singing and playing guitar in some of the small country clubs in Bakersfield, often called Nashville West because of the large number of country music performers from Buck Owens to Wynn Stewart who live or have business connections there. In 1963, Haggard signed with Tally Records, a small Bakersfield label, and his third release, a song called Strangers, made the top 10 in the country field and motivated Capitol Records to buy his contract. And of course, ever since then, it's been history. The hits have continued to keep coming.
One night when the moon was bright on a moonlit glade, that is where I found my little Cherokee maid. The memory of that night of love is lingering yet, and I know I never will forget my little Cherokee maid, and I love her so. And though we're far apart, I know I'll never be trading my love for her for anybody else's heart. Someday I'll make a trip back to that Cherokee Strip, and I'll carry her away with me. And straight as an arrow flies, we'll ride to paradise. My sweet little chickadee, my little Cherokee maiden, and me right on. Yes, sir.